Hello, Adam Bazalgette here, founder of Scratch Golf Academy. Today, how to have an effortless and accurate driver swing when you're out there playing on the course, tee box alignment, that sort of stuff. I'll offer you three suggestions. One is in the area of strategy, one is in the pre-shot area, and one is a general swing cue that I think is really good out on the course. Well, statistically, the farther you can hit it, the lower you'll score. Everybody pretty much knows that. So be aggressive, keep the driver in your hands, but let's look at some strategy to go along with that.
It's a fairly standard tee shot here, depending on which tee you're still trying to hit into the fairway. What you'd notice here, there is water on this side, just pine straw and some trees on that side. There is a big difference. Let's use this cart path as our boundary. Water or out of bounds, watch out. You will be penalized severely. Hitting it in the rough, even a little bit in the trees, not ideal, fairway bunker, etc., isn't going to kill you. So for instance, if you're a slicer, there is a few of those in the world. There's a slice, maybe a big slice. At times, that golfer will pull it dead straight. In other words, there's a wide landing spot. Now, to be honest, I can have a pretty wide landing spot on my tee shots at times, even though I'm not a slicer. So here's what you've got to do. If you're a slicer in this situation, serious trouble here, you have to pick an aim point where the great majority of your misses are not in there. You'll have a few in here, but certainly let's say 90+% are this side of that hazard. Now you'll get a few more in the trees or rough. It's still a good bargain to get a few less here. So watch it a little bit, especially in the case of the slicer. If there's wind coming this way, make your median shot away from serious trouble.
Key number two as we move to pre-shot, and that's alignment. And what you'll see the pros do, they'll come in from behind the ball, but invariably the club head goes in first while they're still in a position to see the target. It's club first, then they set their feet and wiggle and get comfortable. Let me show you close up how to work on that. There's one more feature of alignment we'll look at before we move on. Get some visual reference, an alignment rod, the mowing line, maybe on the practice tee. If you're at home, the edge of a carpet or grouting, and just get used to setting the club and then setting your feet where you can tell they match up. You could stand closer to it or put the club head closer to it, whatever helps you. But again, I'm so used to this, when I step in with my trail foot, it's about the right space from the ball, and I can just spread my feet out there. 3 minutes a week of this, believe me, and not just for the driver, would really help the golfer get into a good routine with good alignment. Finally, in terms of aim, be what I would call savvy. That is to say, this particular tee box aims right about where I want to go. That's absolutely great. Peripherally, you tend to see these lines. I'm going to try to use those to help me a little bit, but much of the time, we all know it, the suggestive lines of the mowing lines, the tee markers, etc., don't aim where you want. Could be they just don't aim directly at the fairway. Could be you have a big crosswind and you need to adjust your aim, etc., etc. So be savvy. Number one, when you walk up on the tee and stand back here, notice that. Hey, I've got an alignment challenge here. It'll really help. Let's say this fairway, or the ideal shot, was just to the right of the bunkers, about in that line. I've noticed that. I might pick out a little imperfection, a broken tee or a weed or something, use that for a spot alignment. Not too many imperfections here at Mediterra in Naples, Florida, so great place to be. But I'm aware of it. I might get that intermediate target, but I'm just a little more careful to sight myself where I want to go, not just take a couple of cursory practice swings and jump in there where these, as I say, these suggestive peripheral alignments might mess you up. All right, number three, the actual swing key. If you're going to be an effective driver, you have to create energy and speed out here. Now that will give you accuracy as well. When you start to get good energy, good centrifugal force, you'll hit it farther and more accurately. What we see most players doing, hey, I experience it when I'm struggling, lots of effort, too much force applied, lots of stuff happening, but it's not really translating to energy in the club. So three little feels I think would be helpful for you. Number one, don't snatch the club head away. Don't be stiff in the arms, but I want you to feel that you make a little bit of movement here, a little pivot, like the end of a long towel or an elephant waving its trunk. Let the club head react a little bit more to you. Certainly it's going to swing, but it should react to you. Number two, as you start down, disassociate. That means hips, trunk, arms, through shoulders and wrists and club, all have a little bit of play in there. If you look at a baseball player, step, no bat moving forward. So get a little bit of looseness. Hey, listen, you've got to have some control of the club, obviously, But I think for the great majority of people I teach, there's too much control and stiffness. The club doesn't have nearly the sort of bounce, nearly the load factor that we'd need. And number three, when you get down there, don't do what I see most players doing to feel like they're hitting it far. They're pulling really hard. We don't want speed out of you. We want speed out of the club. So once you've gotten a good takeaway, once you've felt this thing load a little bit, hey, you've done your job. Hit the brakes a little bit. Let the club whip through there. I like the Sam Snead image, like pretty much everything he did with golf. But the Sam Snead image, he felt when he was swinging his best with the driver, with no effort, the club would literally tap off his back a little bit. Flow, load, let the club head have energy. I hope these tips are helpful to you.